What is up, our Will Feel number one fans and viewers? This is Scott Keesey Will Feel number one, and today I'm going to give you my recap and review of 24, Season 1, Episode 4, entitled 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. It was yet another good episode. Okay. Let's begin with the recap, shall we? John still isn't handling the news of Neela's alleged betrayal well. Since Rebecca couldn't get anything out of her, he's now trying his hand, preparing her with questions. I don't know how I'm being set up, she pleads, and now we both know they picked me. Considering their long-standing relationship, it's clear that John wants to believe her. Mullins orders that Neela to be brought back to CTU for questioning, so Rebecca takes her away as Papa Donovan, who we now know is the true league, watches Neela leave. His son comes in, still not convinced that she could have done this. Trying to calm his son down, Papa Donovan says, "You think you know someone?" John interrupts, "That's just it, Dad. I do know her." He can't believe his dad isn't more surprised. Papa Donovan has already moved on looking for his son's next campaign manager. "Son, we're going to get through this," he tells John, bringing him in for an embrace. Having healed from just being hit by a car, Carter catches up to Mullins just as Ben is being loaded into an ambulance. Pissed off, Carter grabs his friend from the stretcher, yelling at him. The squad, the families, the children, your mother, your sister, they're all dead because of you. Damn, that's tough talk. But it's true, as he's put in an ambulance meant to head to CTU for an emotional. Ben repeats that he can still fix this. Carter is a little preoccupied with terrorists trying to take down America, but his wife is having problems of her own. Nicole is still being held by Aisha and Jerome when Aisha steps out to call the Dominicans about killing Isaac. Nicole takes up the opportunity to escape. Convincing Jerome to change the channel, she knocks him down and makes a run for it. Proving to be quite the athlete, she leaps off the balcony and starts looking at it. Using boat stars, people refuse to help her. Nicole hides behind some broken down cars, eventually sneaking up on Aisha and grabbing her gun as she holds her captors at gunpoint. Nicole phones Isaac to warn him about the ambush he's walking into. Isaac, an incredible bluff lies his way out danger, saying that he has snipers nearby. Meanwhile, Nicole doesn't have the stomach to pull the trigger, allowing Aisha and Jerome to get away as the police arrive. Carter, who might possess a sixth sense, calls his brother to check up on Nicole. She isn't answering her phone. Continuing the impeccable bluffing skills, Isaac tells him that it's all good and he will have Nicole call him back shortly. Luckily, it won't be from jail, as Isaac pulls up the neighborhood before the cops have taken Nicole. One of the cops happen to know Isaac and agrees to let his sister-in-law go in exchange for being taken care of. Being a big-time dealer has its perks, and Isaac and Nicole are both very grateful that each other are great. I'm no love doctor, but Carter might need to be a little worried that his brother and his wife might rekindle their past relationship. We're now 4 hours in, and Carter walks to CTU for the first time when he spots Rebecca. The two embraces. She apologizes for the loss of his fellow soldiers. "I wish I could tell my son that they didn't die in vain," he admits. "I really wanted to get the guys behind us. Oh, I think you'll have good chance. You'll have your chance, good sir." After catching up with Rebecca, Carter heads to the infirmary to see Ben. He knows he knows how his friend thinks he can fix this. Ben recognizes the terrorist's gun. He's convinced that he's got them from an arms dealer, the name Gabriel. Not only does Gabriel smuggle guns, but he also brings people into the country, which Ben thinks explains how Khalid and his man got here. I know I'm done, Eric. It's over for me. An emotional Ben confesses, "I'm lucky to have escaped the death penalty. This is my last chance to do something right for once." Next, Carter takes a page out of the Bible playbook. As bad as Ben feels about losing the drive to Tails, it might not all be bad news. It turns out that the drive was damaged and is now unreadable. But Khalid isn't sweating it. He considers the mission a success since he laid eyes on Carter, the man who killed his father. Meanwhile, another burning Tails has her own problems. Amira has made it to the hospital to finish up Drew, but before Anovis, she needs her brother to tell her how to kill her injured boyfriend. As he's given the instructions, Drew's mom shows up worried, but glad to see Amira. "I'm sorry," Amira whispers as they hug. It's obvious she's torn. Her uneasiness doesn't subside as she swipes a syringe and makes her way into Drew's room alone. Her brother, who is on the way to pick her up, once again walks her through it. After hanging up, Amira has second thoughts and is ready to leave, but at the moment Drew wakes up and freaks out at the sight of her. They struggle as she eventually frees herself enough to fill his IV with air, causing Drew to flatline. With Drew now dead, Amira runs away. Despite his initial skepticism, Carter recommends to Mullins and Rebecca that he and Rebecca try to get in with Gabriel to track Khalid. The proposed plan is to offer the sales schemes for the anti-missile defense systems. Doesn't this sound familiar? Mullins asks rightfully, noticing that Ben likely just threatened to sell the flash drive to Khalid. Carter is riled up and saying they need boots on the ground, not an analysis, but Mullins nixes the plan, sending Carter to be debriefed. Despite not being in control anymore, Rebecca decides to help Carter by having Andy get him the schematics. "Grimes was my responsibility too," she says, and when she goes to convince Andy to help, guess what? He's already on it. "I had a feeling that this would end up in my lap," he quips. How could Mullins not want this guy around? Oh yeah, he helped them up. Good call. Then Neela News is still weighing in on John when one of his aides come in with some intriguing research. Wine found a local newscast years ago proving Neela's story that she went to the mosque to protest radicalism. With this new information, John goes to confront his dad. Since talking with Ryan, John had a buddy at the NSA check into the campaign HQ footage of Neela, and he knows it's been altered. Good. Gee, sloppy job, Uncle Louis. Now, John doesn't think Neela is innocent. He knows it was Papa Donovan. Turns out the only people who had access were Rebecca, John, and his dad. But it never occurred to me how you could do something so horrible, John says. Papa Donovan charged for that. I did it for you routine. Apparently 6 weeks ago, Khalid contacted him to help with evidence that Papa Donovan's company had purchased off-market oil from ISIS. Rufo Papa Donovan says that he wasn't involved with the acquisition, but the press would have ruined his son's campaign. So he made a deal with Khalid. The guy at least is a little beat up about it, he cries. I weighed all the good for your presidency you could do against the 6 lives. John cuts him up, discusses, saying it will be more than just 6 lives, considering that Khalid has the flash drive, despite his dad's plans. John marches off to call Rebecca and let her know. After being accosted by his nephew, Uncle Louis comes in to see Papa Donovan. Not ready to admit defeat, Louis insists that they can still salvage this. They just need to deny it since there's nothing to connect them. Carter's testified the brief ends as Andy sends him the schematics. That means it's time for Carter to take out a hunch of CTU guards. I will give him credit though. He seems to apologize as he does it. He's definitely much more polite than Jack Bauer. After throwing a smoke bomb in a server room to knock the system down, Carter grabs Ben upon making it to the getaway car. Carter tells Ben that he'd better be telling the truth, and Ben responds that he is, for Ben's sake. I hope so. Carter fires back, good, because if you're not, I'm going to kill you myself. As the show ends, and I would give this episode 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. I'm really liking 24th Legacy. It's up to a great start. I mean, Eric Carter is a really interesting character, and I'm I wonder what's going to happen in the remaining episodes. Anyway, subscribe to my channel, Will Phil number 1. Subscribe to my best close friends, BBV717, JH Films, Godzilla Hawk, my Western channel, National Western Shooters, MWS Revolution, MWS Network, MWS Gaming channel. Subscribe to Vincent, follow me to Twitter at WillPhil1. You stay classy, live long and prosper, and peace.